Hi everyone, this is CherryEnchantress, and this is your daily dust for Monday, December 18th, if you're watching in real time. Yes, I'm just double checking there. And if you're not, that's okay too. You can use this as a timeless reading, like if you just stumbled upon it and you're like, oh, that looks like something I want to listen to and watch. So thank you for coming by and checking it out. I am, though, gearing up for Christmas, and I'm doing this series of silver and gold edged decks, metallic edged decks, similar to the ornaments on a Christmas tree, and throwing in some other colored edged decks. And right now, I just feel like I need a little check-in with the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. So let's see how your Yule is going so far. Isn't this a pretty deck? I plan to do a big pick-a-card Seasons of 2024. So all you're using the Seasons of the Witch, Seasons of 2024. But I'm thinking I need to still get one more season, Imbolc. I think Imbolc is coming out. So maybe after I get Imbolc, then we can do Seasons of 2024. So that's something I'm thinking about. Isn't this a beautiful green metallic edge deck? There you go. So pretty. So pretty. All right, I'm going to shuffle it. Last year it was my quest to get color edged decks, mostly tarot, but I did get some oracle. I didn't get 12 decks, 12 fresh decks, but I got a couple more to add to my collection. So some of the decks I used for the 2024 reading were repeats, but I don't think I'm going to be buying too many more decks these days. I feel like I've kind of maxed out on my shelf space, but if there's a deck that you see in my playlist, decks that I own that you have to have, maybe I'll clear out my shelves and I'll start sending people decks. Let me know if you see anything. All right, let me go ahead and pick 3 cards and see what your message is. We have offerings. Nice. That's my favorite number, 24. We have the unknown. It's kind of like a new moon. Look. And ornaments. Like the ornaments on a Christmas tree. All right, so let's see how these all tie together. Feels like an eclipse too. It's like about to eclipse her face. So the offering says, I give to you my heart's intent, wrapped in gratitude and thankfulness, devotion in exchange for your presence. Here I am gifting my essence. Oh, that's very nice. The unknown says, think on it and you will stumble, for the heart is a ghost upon the unknown. Let it bleed into the depths, bearing nothing but desire. And then ornament says, so it is a remembrance of what once was, and with what will be, a fragile beauty beaming upon thy. That's lovely. So oftentimes when I do readings for you, and especially if you're in my collective, my closer circle of members, I sometimes feel your energy a little bit stronger than if you were, kind of more in the periphery. But the collective is the collective, and so if you're getting a message, it's your message. If it doesn't resonate, it's not meant for you. But I definitely felt Joy's energy here in this reading, and I don't know if she's listening, but I felt this kind of energy for her. But this can represent anybody that's listening. So the offerings feels beautiful, like gifts in and out, and the ornaments feel sort of like an acceptance, like and then the unknown represents possibly letting go and not knowing what's the next step, what's coming next. It can be a little scary, but it also can be exciting. So if you've been with somebody and you decide, okay, I'm going to let go of them, it's a sad, of course it's sad, but there's a little part of you that's like, if I'm letting go of this, I bet there's somebody better for me or more for what I want right now, more of what I need in my life right now. And I feel like I'm going to attract that person. So that's the message I have for joy anyway. But for some of you, you might get that energy too. So offerings is saying that you can't take shortcuts on your journey. You have to go put the work in and do what's required of you to manifest your dreams. You may be new at it, but you're not going to be a master overnight, right? So stay your course, learn your craft, and just keep going, basically. Just keep going. The ornaments is the, the kind of like the end of the journey or reflecting back, or sometimes taking a look at things or taking a moment to be still. You have to sometimes also move things in that way, this and that way. It's like aesthetics, to make it pleasing to your eye, to cause balance. Like if you're staring at your Christmas tree and you're moving your ornaments around, you're like a whole bunch bunched up together in one side of the tree. Aesthetically doesn't look right to you and to most people, right? Because most of us like a balance when we're looking at things, right? So but then again, you could be just one of those quirky people that have like this weird tree that's hanging to the side and a whole bunch of ornaments are on one side. It could be your thing, and I feel like people should be accepting of your thing. Anyway, but whatever you feel like you need to do, if you feel like your situation is good and sturdy and everything's going fine, then I don't feel like you do have to let go of anything. Maybe it's just a bit of rearranging the ornaments a little bit. And so that's for, other people. But it could even be for joy as well. It could be for sometimes what seems like an ending is just a still period where you rearrange things, So it's also about choices in general. And the ornaments are just there to kind of help you reflect on your situation. Also, not to put too much, not to react too quickly. Like, give yourself a little time to breathe and look at things and see the balance and reflect, and don't react. Reacting oftentimes comes from your ego, and your ego sometimes wants to push back, like if somebody does something, sometimes you want to even the score or something. So don't react out that way, because bigger things are here for you. These are blessings, and it may not be obvious at all, but I feel like everything is going to fall into the right place, the right setting. But you are in a situation of the unknown where you don't know what is going to happen next for some of you. And all of us don't really know day to day what's going to happen. We have clues, we have ideas, we have faith, we have seasons, after summer, after winter comes the spring. We just have faith in that. We just know it because it's always been. And so that's the way we live life too. We just know we're going to breathe the next day. But life is funny, Life is a funny way. Isn't it ironic? Sometimes life does something that's unexpected, and a lot of times in good ways, and beautiful miracles happen that are very unexpected. So you can imagine that for yourself. Imagine that what the unknown holds for you. The unknown holds a beautiful miracle. It's not a dark and sad place. It's the beginning of something wonderful. So in general, this card is all about creativity, potential, and risk. Sometimes you're going to, you have so many possibilities, so many options here, but sometimes you have to take a risk to even get it going, right? So what sometimes things can't be achieved from a place of comfort. Sometimes yes, but like think about it this way. If you need to clean your living room, sitting on the couch is not cleaning your living room, right? You have to get up off the couch and clean your living room. So so it's kind of like sometimes you just have to get up, sometimes you have to step outside of the box, sometimes you have to think outside of the box, try something new, be adventurous, go for it, you know. And it's in this energy where you get invitations and stuff, even if you're sad or whatever for something ending. It's in this energy that you don't lean into the sadness, you push against it, and you go do things that make you happy. You party, you meet friends, you try things, you know. So be bold and be willing to go against conformity for your freedom and your divine alignment with your soul's purpose. And I feel like I'm going to put something inside this unknown just for fun, just for the thumbnail, but also to give you an idea. Like, this is saying you can put anything here. This is a blank space that you can visualize whatever you want in that circle. So you fill the circle with whatever you think you want. All right? And it's interesting that we have circles with the ornaments too, and circles and offerings. That cake, if you like look down at it, is like round. And it represents sort of this open and this round universal energy, like the world, like the universe itself. I don't know if the universe is round, but there's this wrapping around energy around you. And then your angels and guides and anybody on your spirit team, like really looking out for you. So take heart in that, because there is a miracle in the unknown. There's an amazing adventure awaiting you. All right, so I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.